This conference will now be recorded.
Hi sir, you're talking on mute.
Sorry guys, can you hear me now?
Yes sir, okay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so what I did, I just created one class, scroll and take screenshot class, and I'm just taking the initial part, launching the browser code, and then maximize the window, add implicit wait, and created object for WebDriver wait class. Then we're using Amazon.in website. We're using Amazon.in website. We'll use, right? So this is the Amazon.in website we can use. Now I need to validate the page title, right? Verify the page title. Verify the page title. So that's a indication. So you're validating the page. So wait dot until expected conditions dot title contains. Just use title contains. And let's open Amazon.in. So this is the page title we want, right? Just right click, inspect. So I don't want, close the console and take this head tag inside. We have a title tag. Look for the title tag. This one. The very big title. I don't want to give this much big. See that very big title. I'll just give only partial title. That's why I have taken partial title. That's the part I'm going to give. That's it. I don't want to give complete. That's why we have taken title contains. If we have a big title, you don't need to give that all. You can give partial one. That's next step. I want to use this driver in another method. I need to write a method to take the screenshot. So I'll put here equal to null, and I'll remove this driver. This driver. Why it is throwing error? change driver to static. I made a non-static. So change driver to static. So then you can use both the methods. Here I'll develop a simple method to how to take the screenshot. So private static. So void capture screenshot. We need to give screenshot name. Screen name you give, and you can write so all that code. As I mentioned, so just simple code, right? File source file equal to, you have to write file, you import the file java.io package, takes a screenshot of driver so dot get screenshot as, I think still so you need to typecast it, the complete thing, see that it is not getting get screenshot as. Take the screenshot import option. Now you can see that dot get screenshot as, and the output is output type dot file format. You take the file format. So import this output type. So output type dot file. So that's it. Just remove this thing. That's it. Okay. Now this screenshot name, right? We need to create object for it. Create object. So I got the screenshot. Capture the screenshot. Capture screenshot into file. Create object for date class. I'm making a dynamic screenshot. Create object for date class. So date d equal to new date object we are creating. Import the date class. So java.util, and now screenshot name, the screenshot name. So equal to screen name plus hyphen I'm giving plus d dot to string dot, so replace, so the colon, first I'm removing the colon with a underscore. You put the underscore or hyphen, whatever it is, it's up to you. Dot replace, again I'm replacing a space. I have a space in my string, that also I'm replacing with hyphen. And then the final one, right? So all the date we have, you got it, and the screenshot name you are giving, and plus double quotes dot jpg, right? This is the complete screenshot, how to generate a dynamic screenshot. So dynamic screenshot. Now I need to copy this screenshot and this source file. So where you need to copy? File utils dot. So I don't have this. File utils is not there. We need to add this file utils in our project. I told you to download Apache Commons IO jar file. So I have already one. I will add. How to add that jar file? Right click on the project, build path, configure build path, and then so you will get a libraries tab. should be selected. Where your WebDriver jar files are there, click on add external jars and go to the location where your that Apache Commons IO. This is the Commons IO folder. In that I have 2.8.0. I have just I will add this. So latest one I downloaded, I added. Now see that I can get it now. File utils. So now you'll get wait file utils. File utils dot copy file. Now you are getting copy file. You see that copy file as a source and destination file. Source file and destination file arg.apache.commonsio.fileutils. This is the one I am using. Source file is my source file and destination is new file, and you have to give system.get property of user.dir, user.directory, current working directory you are getting. So then you have to give the path where you want under src, then create a screenshots folder. Screenshots file you give, and then you can append this in name and just format it properly. And this is the one. So you need to add throws declaration. Just add throws declaration. That's it. That's all the method we have developed. Simple method we have developed it. Now this method I can reuse it here. That's why I just made it a private method for only this one. If you want to reuse other places, you can make it a public. Otherwise, you can create in the one utility file. Then you can use that. Now, so let's continue our test case. So what is our test case? I need to go to Amazon website. I need to type here. Right click, inspect, and take this edit box address. There is ID, take ID. Type the product name in search edit box. I'm typing headphones. So driver dot find element. So by dot ID value dot send keys of. So which one you want to type? Headphones. I want to type. Done. Okay. So then you can click on this search button, or you can press the enter key from the keyboard. So which one you want? You clicking on this start check-in or pressing enter key? Pressing enter key we have done already, right? Somewhere I have shown that to press the enter key. I think in the Google search only we have done that. And yeah,
keys dot enter.
So keys dot enter we have to use. You can use that also. Otherwise, you can click on this start checker. Let me click on this start checker. So you have ID. Click ID. If ID is there, no need to go to other things. Can do that. Click on search start button. So driver dot. I'm finding that element by dot. I'll use CSS selector. Hash ID value. That's a CSS selector, right? Click method. or submit method also you can use, because you have a type submit. If type submit is there, you can use this. And input tag, you can put here input, the tag name, right? The formula, what is the formula? Is a selector, tag name, hash, ID value. So that concept I mean here. Then, so I need to verify, right? Let's type manually and see that here you can verify your results count. So I want to verify my results count. Headphones and this one and this one, and also page title also will change. Page title will change. Amazon headphones, it will change. You can wait for, see that still loading, still loading. Still a lot of things are loading, right? And you have to wait. Either you wait for this title or you wait for this results heading. How to, let me show you this, how can you validate this. So you can just look at this, this one. I can look for this breadcrumb. This is the breadcrumb. So div contains, or you can come from there. This entire thing you can do, otherwise I'll just do breadcrumb and then this one, right? Otherwise I'll do from here. So from here I'll write an XPath. I'll come slowly down. Or this one is upper results info bar. Instead of that, I can very short. We have to make always. Make sure you have very short thing. So I'll make. I don't have here all proper things, so that I'll go from here. So from here I'll construct. Let's see how I'm going to construct. So first you right click, Control F. I'll do this. This I'm going to shortcut this value, class value. I'll just take a breadcrumb, only this part from the class. So /div contains of @class, comma, single quote, the breadcrumb value. That it came there. Now from there I'm going to drill down. I'm going to drill down. So div after next div and div2. So these two are same level. You can see that they are same level or no? No. Or if you want to skip, you can skip also, right? You can skip also if you don't want. You don't want to write all those things, just span you write. That directly came there. That's how you can write a kind of things. First span, still 1 of 3 is showing. 1 of 1 directly, you don't need to bother about that. This one you can use. You just need to wait for this element. How can you wait for this search results? Breadcrumb. So wait for the search results breadcrumb. But these are all just different elements how to wait. I'm writing. Wait until expected conditions dot. So presence of element located by dot XPath and give this XPath. That's it. So I'm waiting, and if I can do that, then I'll start scrolling. First one, first process. Scroll using EventFiringWebDriver. What we need to do? Create object for this class. Create object for EventFiringWebDriver class. So EventFiringWebDriver. So driver equal to, sorry, not driver. We already used event equal to new EventFiringWebDriver, and you need to pass the WebDriver variable, that is driver. So let's import this. Yes, we have done import EventFiringWebDriver. Now scroll down. scroll down the page. So event dot execute script, and then the first argument is window dot scroll by. Second argument, you don't need to give anything. So this one, here you need to give 0 pixels and how many pixels you want to scroll down. So a positive value I'm giving that. So that's the how to scroll down. After scrolling down, we just take the screenshot. A capture screenshot method I am calling. Capture screenshot method I am calling. Take screenshot. Right. So just giving a name. So provide the name. Scroll down using event. I'm just writing a simple one, right? Why it is throwing error? Add throws declaration. So this is the throws declaration you add. Done. So if you want wait, sometime you wait. Just I'll wait little bit. So 2 seconds I'll wait. I don't want to go immediately. I'll just scroll down a little bit. That one more exception I'm adding. Throws IO exception, comma, interrupted exception. Where I'm adding? In the method signature line. Now throws keyword will be followed by exception class name and multiple exception class names, not one. You can declare multiple exceptions. That's the meaning of that. Now scroll up. So let's call this same thing. Scroll up the page using events and just do minus. Scroll down, no, scroll up using event. So the format, I just formatted it. The first part is done. Now second part. Second way to scroll. How to scroll the second way? Using JavaScript executor. JavaScript executor interface. So JavaScript. So executor JSX equal to driver. So JavaScript executor you import. Change JavaScript executor. So we made some mistake here. Fine. Now you see that you need to typecast it to JavaScript executor. The first one. Now scroll down. Scroll down using JavaScript executor. JSX dot execute script. Again, the code is fixed, right? So window dot scroll by, and first option nothing, and give the value. The value first is 0, and I'm just giving 3500. I'm a little bit scrolling down more. Okay, then capture the screenshot. I'm calling. Scroll down using JS executor, right? JS executor. The same thing you call. Scroll up. So same thing you follow. scroll up the page using JSExecutor. Maybe you can give 3000. So you don't want to scroll up entirely, but a little bit you want to scroll up. We can do that. Capture the screenshot. See that I'm just avoiding repeating this code. Like that, anything you are repeating some code, create a method. And see that a screenshot, every time name you can change. And it will generate automatically for you. You don't need to worry about that using JSExecutor. Scroll up using TakesScreenshot. That's it. So second part is done. Now in this also one more second part, right? Scroll for particular element. So this we need to see this one, right? See, I'm going to scroll for particular element. In the bottom side I have a top to bottom. So one option will be there, back to top. So back to top. So this I'll identify. Yeah. So there is ID is there. You can see A ID, now back to top. This is enough. So you can take this. Identify your element, back to top element. First step is identify the back to top element. Web element back to top equal to WebDriver dot find element, so by dot ID, so ID value. Just identifying that element and giving the proper name for that element. Done. Now I'm scrolling for that element. Let's scroll for the element. So JSX dot execute script, and it's the element. We need to pass the element. So the element is this one. So element we pass. Now here where we need to write arguments of 0 dot scroll into view. I just put a true. Semicolon. That's all. It will scroll down and you take the screenshot now. So capture the screenshot. Scroll down using scroll down for element, right? For back to top element. I'm giving bigger, but no need very big, guys. Again, your screenshot name, because again date will add there. That's why I don't want to make very big. So I have taken screenshot here also. Then I need to click on this to go up. Click on back to top element. That's this element you click. So dot click will is I want to show one exception will come. I want to show that exception. Done. So it will go up, and then I'll just wait for a few seconds here after this. This is just to observation purpose. I'm giving this many thread dot slip. In the real time, don't use thread dot slip. Okay. Now, so third one. Scroll using keys enum. how to scroll using case enum. That's what I'm showing now. As I mentioned, you can scroll down using a down key. Using a down key, you can do that, and up key to scroll up, but it will scroll little bit. So instead of that, you want to scroll more, or 5 times or 10 times, and you need to use a for loop. For you just mention int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, maybe less than or equal to 5, and I plus plus. I'm iterating. 5 times I'm asking to do the same down key, you press 5 times, I'm saying. So driver dot find element by dot tag name. So body tag represents the entire page. Body tag HTML head body tag, that body tag I'm representing here. Send keys dot down key, you can see that. Scroll down. Okay, 5 times after I'll take the screenshot. 5 times after I'll take the screenshot. Okay, so scroll down using case enum. Keys, so down key. So that's one. Now if you want to scroll up using case enum constant, that is up. Here scroll down using down key. Scroll down using case enum constant down key. So down key. So just clearly steps we are writing so that people can understand. That's the process you need to follow. So I'll do write this code here. For int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, and I plus plus. I'm scrolling up again 5 times. Driver dot find element, so by dot tag name, we can use body tag dot send keys dot up keys dot up key. So then you can just put here capture the screenshot. Capture the screenshot, whether it is scrolled up or not. You can observe all this. Scroll up using up key. So after that, I'm closing my browser. These are all the test cases. Close the browser. So driver dot close. Run the test case. So this is much big if you want to write this. It has to capture the screenshot automatically each step. So browser is launched, maximized, Amazon website is open. It is going to type the value. After verifying the page title, headphones is typed, pressed, and verified that page title. Started scrolling down using EventFiringWebDriver, then scrolling up, and then JavascriptExecutor scroll down, up is done, and for the element back to top element. You see that back to top element, then it clicked. Then keys, with the keys you're scrolling down, then scrolling up. That's the how you can take it up. Screenshots is done. Browser is closed now. So where I can see screenshots, right? Let's go to our project. Refresh our project. You can see screenshots folder is not generated, but all are coming here. SRC screenshots folder we created, right? Screenshots folder. Okay, I have to give here this one. The folder, right? This is the folder, and then screenshot name. But it is thinking this is the just a name. So I'll delete first all these things. So let's run again. Okay. So it is not created under the file. Let's delete all these things. I want in a folder, but it created. Let's delete. What happened? So all we cannot delete. I'm deleting one by one. The folder means you have to give double forward slashes. Screenshots after also you have to give double forward slash. If you want to append that keyword, you don't need. I suppose to one exception, but maybe the WebDriver is handling that. Not so click is not going to work out sometimes. The last back to top click, right? It is not going to work out sometimes, but it worked properly now. So let's run this test case again perfectly. So then we can see. Back to top, look for the back to top. So done. Over. Now you refresh your project. We need to refresh so that you can see the screenshot folder. Then under that you can see all the screenshots. So you right click one by one properties, and you can go to that JPG file. See that with the date and time, Friday, Jan, everything with date and time, you can get it here. So that's the beauty of this screenshots. It will take up. Right, this is the back to top. Back to top. Like that, you can take other screenshots also. So properties, right click and select that file and give this file. Copy that file. So I'm going to put it here. Another one. This is the one you can see. Scroll down using events. Like this, you can see all the screenshots is available. You can see here. See with the date and time. If you run one more time, it won't affect these keys. So because time will change, right? Time will change, so that it won't affect. So that's the advantage. It's a dynamic name. It will generate dynamic data. Date and time will be there. Even name is same, but date and time will be different. So that's how to generate screenshots in the required place. You can copy them. Okay, so that's all about basics of Selenium. Now let's move on. So can you quickly join back so that we are starting?
This conference will now be recorded.
Let's continue that. So you might get element interactable exception. If you get that element interactable exception, just go to Google. Okay, Google, our good friend. Just ask Google element not interactable. Element not interactable exception and selenium. Okay, so see that the first one you can take is Stack Overflow. You go here, element not interactable exception. So if you get this, element is not able to interact with that element. So the lot of code they provided, but so many things. So the answers is here. So look for answers. So you know the exception now, element interactable exception. So element is not reachable by keyboard. In plain words, mean that element cannot be reaching using keyboard, which means you won't be physically interacting with it even. The reason for this is there can be multiple reasons behind the error element not reachable by keyboard. So that is the element is hidden, the first reason. As modern JavaScript centric UI styles always keep the ugly raw HTML about input field and the hidden attribute they will use. So this is the one reason. That might be a temporary overlay of some other element over the desired element. So you want some element. So on top of that, some other overlay has come. So that WebDriver cannot see that element. Maybe that is the one reason. And a permanent overlay. A permanent overlay, some of the element, it is completely hiding that element. So such cases, the presence of attribute class ng, hide, style display, none. So this kind of things are there. You can do this. Click doesn't help you, or send keys doesn't help you. What you need to do is, so simply you wait for this element to be clickable or not. You call this code. Okay, element to be clickable and call this code. Then directly you click on that. This is the one solution. So this element to be clickable will return directly web element dot click you can call. This is the one option. Otherwise, the second one is to solve the permanent overlay. So if it is a temporary overlay, you can use this element to be clickable or not. You check first, then you click it. And if it is a permanent overlay, use a execute script method, JavaScript executor, right? JavaScript executor method. Call that. So you can type. If you want to type, this is the process. If you want to type, first identify this, what value you want to type, then element, the element you identify, then arguments of 0 dot set attribute value, this input text. So you're typing there. So if you want to type, this is the value. So execute script of this JS script, this is the JS script, and which element you want to type. This is the typing action if you want to do. But if you want to click, so again, this one you can use. So you can mention like this, or this directly you can perform the click action also. So there is a JavaScript click is there. You can use JavaScript click also. Arguments of 0 dot click you use. So execute script inside you write arguments of 0 dot click. Here we used arguments of 0 dot set attribute, right? Instead of this, you call a click method of JavaScript. Then it will click on that element. If a click is not working, use click. If typing is not working, you can type. So here also you have a code and you can use that click also. So like this, you can write JavaScript click and to element interactable. So this is the WebDriver click might not work. Such cases, use a JavaScript click. That's a solution. Okay. So that's how you can solve the problems. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
That's it. That's a solution for that. And sometimes you need to use click with enter key also. So on that element, send keys dot enter. You can press the enter key on that also. So that also sometimes work. So this is how you need to do. Just Google it. If you get some exception, you are not able to find it. First, try yourself line number and go and find it out. If not able to find, just Google it and go for Stack Overflow. This is a very good. They will provide the solution. If this is also not helping, some other blogs also they will give. And that's how you can solve with the exceptions. Don't stuck there. So immediately Google it before asking somebody else. First you do your research, then you can go. That's the process. First line number where you got the exception, then move down, scroll up little bit, line by line you move up. and understand the code, understand the exception first, and then you can try in the Google. If not helping, solutions you will get. So one by one solution we can try it out. Okay, that's the plan. Is it clear? Are any doubts?